Alright, we should be live now. Sorry this took so ridiculously long to get started. Um, I had a lot of troubles with getting my headphones to actually function correctly. So that was a big pain. But as the title says, today we're going to be doing a bunch of testing of Ventus decks. Um, Ventus, yeah, using Ventus Bakugan. Basically, what I'm going to be doing here today is getting a general feel for each of the Ventus Bakugan in Wave 1 so that I can then do a video breaking down the Ventus options and what each Bakugan brings to the table. So we have decks here featuring every one of the Ventus Bakugan. So in this one here, this is a hard control deck. We have Hypermantinoid Ultra, because that's where I feel it shines the most. Then we have a Mono Ventus deck with Fangzor, Maxotor, and Trox. Then we have a Magic Shield based aggro-ish deck that uses Ventus Pegatrix. A Helix based, also kind of aggro, Ventus Chaos Aurelis using Ventus Drago. And lastly, we have a Fist aggro deck using Ventus and Elias. The one Bakugan that we don't have covered here is Ventus Howlcore, because okay, so let's just take a gander at Ventus Howlcore real quick. Okay, so Howlcore, more options, all custom cards. Boom. Okay, so Ventus Howlcore is this and this. So Ventus Howlcore base form is 502, which is... Okay, let's actually go to Ventus. Let's go to Ventus. Then go to previous options. Monster. Level at least 1. That'll bring us all the Ventus options. So, where is it? So, Howlcore. Howlcore is 502 with a shield and a fire fist. Now this is not this is very mediocre. Like right off the bat, this is very mediocre. Like it doesn't really specialize in any one type. When it comes to fire fist, it's competing directly. Like this exact shield lineup is also found on Ventus Fangzor, so it's in hard competition with that right out the gate. And then and those stats aren't there's just, these are basically the most default stats you can possibly get. Like 502 is basically the baseline on which everything should be judged. Okay, so like as I said, direct competition with Ventus Fangzor. So let's compare their evolutions. So Fangzor is primarily a Bakugan built around stalling for a ramp deck. So it evolves on turn 2, goes to 406, and is now reducing the opponent's damage by 3 whenever it opens. By contrast, Ventus Howlcore is a 6 cost evolution, which is just a vanilla 12/8. Like, that's just really bad. That offers literally nothing for you to try and build a deck around. So, like, I'm not even going to try with Ventus Howlcore Ultra because there's literally nothing going for it. There is literally absolutely nothing going in its favor. So I don't really think there's anything I can really do with that. Also, this deck I have here is a hyper aggro deck. I built basically when it comes to hyper aggro, I think what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to build around the alt win cons like Might of Syndius. Because the only way you're going to kill fast enough to be a hyper aggro deck is if you're focusing super hard on high damage guys. So I have this variant, which is more designed to prolong itself into the game. And I have another version here, which is just I think I'll end up taking out Trox for Fangzor, Chaos Fangzor. Because like they have basically the same baseline, and Fangzor has a much better evolution, even though it only comes out on turn 4. But regardless, point point is that this version is like all, like I took out all of the relatively high cost stuff except for Absorb and Mag, because those are cards you drop on turn 4 and use them to win the turn very easily. But I took out that higher cost stuff, just put in a bunch of more low cost stuff to go even more hyper aggro. But that's not what we're testing today. We'll be testing this stuff another day, probably like on a Pyrus stream. But today is the Ventus stream. So to start off, we're going to be starting with Mono Ventus, as it says on the stream thing. And also, Lycan, if you're watching this, could you go post this around to the Discords? Actually, I'll just message you so that you know. All right. And like for people who are already familiar with the Dueling Book rules, as I said, I have it featured in the description below how to do this, as well as all the deck lists and everything that you need. But for people who are already aware, be aware that I've added a couple things that weren't in the initial doc that are important. First is priority for playing cards will go to the player who wins rock, paper, scissors at the start of the game, and then alternate each turn. You can use ending your turn at the end of each round to keep the track of this easier. Basically, the reason this is necessary is because you can build decks like, where is it? Mono Darkus. Okay, so you can build decks like this. And Mono Darkus is just, hey, half my deck forces you to discard. So this is a deck that's going to be very easily capable of bringing you down to no hand. And if there's no proper alternating priority, this means at the start of every turn, this deck can just go, okay, discard the card you just drew. You can't do anything. You lost your only option. Like, a deck like this can easily become very oppressive if we don't have at least some priority roll in there. And, like, that's why, like, we really need a proper priority rolling going around. Yeah. And what else is there? Yeah, the other thing is, yeah, that's just the RNG thing. After a battle is done, put a counter checker icon onto the winning Bakugan to indicate that it's standing, and take it off when it retracts by the effect of a team attack. This is just something that I realized, all right, we can do this to make keeping track of what's standing easier. So just wanted to go over that stuff real quick. I know there are some people who are from the competitive Bakugan server that are already... Oh, okay, so we're going to take a quick moment here because we just got in the last 4 character cards. So I'm going to be putting those in properly before we really get started, because I have some of the cards that are in these. Oh, man! Oh, man! Chaos Fangzor is even better than I thought! Holy crap! I can't believe it. I can't believe Chaos Fangzor is actually even better than I thought. Holy crap. Who could have even thunk it? Who could have even thunk it? Man, these things are way too good. These things are way too good. Man. But yeah, basically we just got in images of the last 4 character cards we were missing. They were the Battle Pack exclusives. So those are, I'm going to be putting those into the system really quick. Pyrus Fangzor isn't good. Pyrus Fangzor is pretty bad. Let's pull that guy up real quick. Pyrus Fangzor, where are you? Here you are. So he starts at 4-1, pretty crappy stats. And his core type ability is on Fist, get +1 damage and double strike, which does not really fix his problems. Like, he's already like really low on power. And that only brings up to 4 damage, which isn't that impressive. Like, Darkest Drago has 404, so that isn't all that impressive. And then he doesn't evolve until turn 5, which is like the antithesis of Fangzors. Like, I think that's the highest evo cost of... Yeah. All the other Fangzors evolve at turn 4, except for Ventus, which evolves at turn 2. But no, for Pyrus Fangzor, he evolves at turn 5 and like gets way less of that evolution in comparison to literally everything else. Like he becomes effectively an 8/10 that can do more damage, but like his power isn't that impressive. Like he's just super outclassed by everything. Yeah. And then Pyrus Fangzor Diamond is just like super vanilla fest. So like why even like Pyrus Fangzor is really bad. Really, really bad. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna delay actually doing any games for a moment while we get up these cards. But with this and the 3 new cards that dropped from another unboxing earlier today, we have literally every card from Wave 1 except for 175. Number 175 is still missing, but that's it at this point. Everything else is here. Okay. I gotta add these. Oh, right. I can do this in... right. Alright, I gotta get on Discord so that I can do this here. Okay. Open up Pixelar, run Flash. You guys can watch me do this. This very fun, very interactive stuff. Neither. Order is done basically alphabetically. It's done in order of... It's sorted in order by first card type, then by faction, then by alphabetics. And faction is also sorted alphabetically. Card type is not sorted alphabetically. It goes action, flip, hero, evo, character. Very much not alphabetically. Okay. Create new image. 350. 49. Then open them up from Discord. So first we have here Garganoid Ultra, which is just kind of ludicrous. It is like the best, probably, yeah, this is the best stat line that you'll find on an Aurelis, because 700 is the highest power stat that any Aurelis has, and 3 damage is the highest damage stat you'll find on any of the 700 power guys, at least right now. And then this guy ends up also having an ability to just, when I land on more damage, I also go up to 11, which is just kind of okay. Okay, definitely going to be building a deck around a Fire Fist deck around utilizing this guy. 301, then throw that into Dueling Book. Aurelus, Garganoid, Ultra. Oh, actually, I should take Pixlar out of this window because Dueling Book doesn't like you changing tabs. Okay. And it's Fire Fist / Fist, Fire Fist plus 400B, Monster, Synchro, Beast, Divine, 1703 for everyone. Upload. Oh, right. I made a temp version of that. Garganoid. Right, I forgot. Yeah. Save. Add the image. So yeah, that's kind of ludicrous. That's probably the best Aurelus Bakugan, because he evolves turn 3 into 905 and getting plus 700 off of the Fire Fist. So like, I probably should have guessed this, honestly, looking at its Evo, but you know what, I didn't. So you know, it's news to me. Next up. All right. I'm just going to do the images for all of them real quick before I come back to making the cards in Dueling Book. Alright, that's all of those done. So I can exit out of that, and you can actually see me doing things now. Sorry about that. It's not quite an MTG reskin. So the thing is, so because your creatures do not cost mana, you just have them from the start. How you go about decks ends up being extremely different. And yeah, that element alone is honestly enough to make it non-MTG light. But a lot of design of like permanents is like the permanents are made much more powerful than similar things would be in other games. Heroes, I mean. So that's another big difference. Okay, so let's get these in. First, let's get the disappointing one in, the one I didn't even have a card of yet. Clear card. Aquos, Mantanoid, Ultra. This one is very disappointing, but I'm not surprised because its evolution was just some vanilla garbage anyways, but its evolution was pretty low cost, so like it's not awful. But it really has like nothing going for it in the stat department. Water 403. And boom, there he is. Then Pyrus. I was completely right on that, but you also get a good old +3. Okay, so this is actually kind of this and Chaos Fangs are actually kind of ludicrous. So like Hydra's Ultra has like the best, like nothing else in the entire game right now has a base power of 800. So on base stats, like this thing wins automatically. It just automatically wins. But then it also has when it hits a Fire Fist, get an extra +3. Like that's so good. That's actually incredible. Like then on a Fire Fist, and you're probably looking at like that's like this is gonna be 10 damage. This is gonna be 10 damage on a Fire Fist, without even evolving. And then when it evolves, it becomes a thing that can get natural Shadow Strike. So that's kind of really good. That's kind of really, really good. Then Fangzor. Fangzor is in a very similar boat. Fangzor, very similar. Very similar in pretty much every way. Like its base stats are on the other end of the spectrum, but then and it has a ridiculously good evolution, so that was fine. But then it ends up getting a domination ability in base form anyways. That means it goes up to 500 if you've like gotten the lead at all. Like roll with like a Hydrus or something. Roll with something that you can easily win the first round with. Win the first round. And then roll Fangzor. It goes up to 500, which is now a respectable number that I can probably win a game with, win something with, especially since you're Chaos, which means you have access to Light's Courage, so that's easily pumping up to 1300, without any core bonuses or anything. So it's just ludicrously good. Yeah, these two were already looking really strong, but they ended up even stronger than they already looked. So you know, that's really good. That's really, really good. And then when this thing evolves at turn 4, it becomes a 1500 with 8 damage as long as you're in domination. So it's just it's really good. It's really, really good. But that's all of the character cards now. They're all in, every single one. Yes. All right. All right. Bakugan Drago. Oh wait, am I on the right deck? No, I'm not. Mono Ventus is what we're going to be starting off with. And I gotta get some music started. I'm not fond of Aqua's Pegatrix. Like, I'm gonna have to do something with it. Oh, is chat frozen? The chat, if the chat froze, the chat is frozen. Like, basically that's just because I tabbed out of that. Okay, I'll DM you a thing. Alright. Alright, there's Blood Red. Alright, let's go. Rock. Alright, I get first priority. Oh god, is this one a lock post? Oh no! How dare you! No! That's my deck! Okay, I'm first. Right. Alright. I don't need more of that. Alright, so, I think I can go with, yeah, I opened that. Rip you. Rest in hell. Alright, so my 6 is my Helix, which is plus 600 B and minus 3 damage. He's still doing some. He's designed as a ramp deck, so I have that carried because I don't care that much about doing damage in the early game. It froze on your end? Did seriously? RIP. Did you switch tabs? Because I know Dueling Book sometimes freezes if you switch tabs. So don't switch tabs. Just make sure, like, if you're running in Chrome or Opera or whatever, make sure that Dueling Book is like the only thing in its window. Like if you have a separate Chrome window, you can switch to that just fine. But make sure there's nothing else in the same, like you can see here, like oh, it's not up. Is it not updated yet? Hello? Alright, I need to switch it. I just took it out. Here it is. So you can see here I only have the one Dueling Book tab in this window because it can potentially just like it'll just freeze if I switch to another tab sometimes. I discovered that when I was adding all the cards. I mean, you can try to subject me to PAL, but I don't think that'll go great for you. I prefer to test against a real deck, and not flip memes. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, I'm on the wrong deck. Sorry about that. I didn't switch my deck to be the right deck. Ugh. That was my bad. I can't be testing non-Ventus things. It's all in the description. Like, just check the live stream description. It's all there. Alright. So you won the rock, paper, scissors, right? So you have priority. This is not a great hand. The first hand was pretty good. This one, not so much. Gonna get rid of you. You're not gonna be doing anything for me anytime soon. Alright. I land on my... Yeah, it's time for the gameplay. Alright, let's see if I can get something I can use. Alright, that's still not something I can really use now. I feel like I should keep one with nature because something's gonna end up coming down. I want to keep that. Yeah, no, that's not worth keeping. Fixation, okay. Alright, so both of those are under 500, but considering I still have no plays, I'm just gonna stick with Fangzor. Alright, so mill 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, turn number 3. Oh, I finally got a card I can play. Imagine that, guys. imagine cards you can play. Wow, what a concept. This is kind of a rough choice right now. I feel like I should... that's kind of really good value card, but no. Gotta get rid of it. I need to keep my Evos. Okay. Yeah, that would be about right. What's the cost on... Right now I'm kind of spooked because I think Pegatrix Hyper might be able to come down now. Yeah, Pegatrix is 4 cost, which means that it would be possible for it to come down this turn. Alright. Okay. Yep. And I'm rolling Fangzor. Aw, dang it, he gets his bonus! No! He gets his shield bonus! It's okay, I can win this time. I can win this time. What is it? Ah, dang it. Okay, so you're at plus 100. You're at 600. You spent all your energy for the turn. So you're at 605. Alright, time to win a battle. Should I even win this battle? Okay, so let's see. I'll be taking 1, 4, 9. I can't. No, I don't want to take this hit. I can reduce damage quite a bit. I haven't gone to that answer yet. So. Yeah, I'll activate it. Hey, killed an Evo. That's good. That's good stuff. Okay, so next turn I can actually start playing things. So that's pretty good. Okay. No more plays, so... Draw? Okay, that's solid. Actually, no, at this stage of the game, that's pretty awful. So I'm gonna banish that. Okay. I think I'll roll Maxidor. Is that one already gone? Alright, so that's plus 400. And that's 3 out of 4. You could still have flooding waters. that's all of it. All right. Draw. Don't like that too much. Do I roll in Troxor? He expended a good amount of valuable cards, high-end cards there, so I'm willing to gamble on not having a proper play. Alright. That puts you at 1350. Yeah, I'm going for it. Yeah! Double energize! Alright. I guess Pegatrix is just never evolving. Cool. Oh, okay, that's a very important ruling. So just found out that Fangzor's reduction actually affects all of your opponent's Bakugan. Alright, so I'm in a very good spot now energy-wise. So I'm probably just gonna stop charging. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna maybe one more. Yeah, I feel like I should do one more, then I should stop. Yeah, I'll energize one more. But yeah, okay, that's very important ruling about Fangzor. The fact that it reduces everything, so that's like Hyper Fangzor is a -9 to a team attack, which is amazing. Alright, we're coming up on a team attack for us. So that'll be 8, 12, 17 if we get it off. Interesting. You did it! Alright, that is still on the board. I think that's the one it landed on last time. Well, no, it was my other Helix. I'm pretty confident in my ability to win this one. That puts a dent in my plans. God dang, Shadow Strike out of my face. Only useful in this matchup. Ah! But I'm still in a big lead right now with this attack. Alright, so that leaves you with 2 more energy. You're sitting at 1,000 versus my 1,400. Probably drew into Flooding Waters. Knowing my luck, probably drew into Flooding Waters. Oh wow! Who could have guessed? Who could have possibly guessed that's what happened? No, I really don't need mulch. I really don't need more right now. I've only lost one of my Fang swords, which is surprising. One of my diamonds, so let's go for it. No! Dang it! Dang it, why? Okay. Don't need you anymore. I have enough left in deck that I could potentially get to the point where Winton is online. So that might be worth going for. Oh wow, it only needs to get one more hit in after this team attack. So that's a big threat. He's not recovering from that. Unless he has... Damn it! So that's 5. Ah, I can't reach it anymore. It's impossible for me to reach anymore. If I could just get this team attack through. Doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to, though. Oh, now I have to deal with this, which is actually a bit hard to deal with. Alright, that was a loss. Max Store sucks pretty bad. Pretty convinced of that. Titantronix isn't too bad. Fangzor is even better than I thought. Fangzor is, like, that ruling makes Fangzor ludicrously good. Okay. So next, I'm gonna go with Helix Spiral. Alright. Now for a real deck. Okay. Time to go fast. We gotta go fast, my boy. My lad. We have to go fast. It's the only way. Okay. Draw. I get the distinct impression I'm not gonna need that here. So I'll charge that. Overall, Foul Core, because your base levels are not very high. Alright. Helix Spiral, so 3 is... So that's, oh man, off to a great start. Oh, there's a stop. There's a stop that'll work. There you go, buddy. which one did I land on? I land on number 10. Alright. Could go for you, but no, I don't think I will. Alright. So we both land on some of yours, so I am... Oh, I might get a... There are 2 helixes there. I might get a helix bonus! Yeah. Well, whatever. I'm still in the lead. I'm still in the lead. Alright, I'm still in the lead though, so yeah, because these are all... No plays. You can't use your flips if it's only 1 damage! Which one was it? Oh man. This is way too good. Yeah, no, get rid of you. Get rid of you. Helix! Alright. Congrats, you get a helix. I hope everyone likes helixes, because they're not gonna stop. They're gonna be here for a while. That's 1,500. Yeah, I can't deal with that. Tragically, I cannot deal with that. Alright. Draw. Alright, that's pretty good. I'll just keep it as is right now. I quickly approach critical mass. Come on. Yeah! Let's get a Helix! No! That's my only non-Helix! Come on. Okay. And charge 2. Alright. Yeah! Alright, what did I land on? I landed on number 7. That's a helix. Good old helix. So we are about to hit critical mass. Is everyone ready? Is everyone ready for it to happen? It's coming, and nothing can stop it. No! No! He took one of our Wintons! He took one of our Wintons! Wait, no. Oh, wait. I thought that was Shadow Breath. Okay, we still have our Wintons! We still have our Wintons! Okay, okay, we're fine. Critical mass is still coming. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, this is gonna be the best. This is gonna be the absolute greatest. Alright. Draw. It's time for the ultimate victory, everyone. I'm so excited. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Yes! Double Winton! Oh my god! Oh my god. I'll take the victory eventually. Now that I have constant plus 3,000, I can't possibly lose! What can possibly happen to me at this point? I'm at plus 3,000 constantly. Oh my god. How have I not seen... I run more than 2 Maxitors. I know I do. I think I might only run 2 Hellcores. So that being completely gone is understandable. But I must have another Maxitor in here. Oh boy, that means I get a Helix. Yeah, boy! Alright, so I'm at, This is the most ludicrous thing! I can't possibly lose! Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, I'm completely screwed if he gets another hit through, but that has, like, 0 chances of happening at this stage. I have 15 energy to play literally anything I want from this broken hand, and plus 3... This is the power of Double Winton. Do not sleep on the Double Winton. All right. I don't need this in the least. But you know what? I have to make this as much of a blowout as possible. All right. It's pretty. Nope. I would kind of like to get a match against a match with this against like a real deck, so that I can get a picture of like how good it does in a normal setting. But moving on from that, let's see, Magic Light. If anyone else wants to play, you're free to join in. I mean, feel free to construct some other decks. Alright, someone else come fight me. Come on. I've had like 6 people consistently watching. One of you has got to be able to figure this out and build a deck and fight me. It's not that hard. Like, if you don't have a deck, I linked all 5 of the Ventus decks in the description. You can just go to that, download it, and import it into Dueling Book if you don't want to build a deck yourself. So, like, feel free to do that. That gets more Ventus testing done at once. Then read the rules, Marie? Like, it's all there in the description. Everything you need to know to learn how to play is all, like, the advanced rules are linked in the description, and everything about using Dueling Book is listed in the description. So it's all there. If no one shows up, I'm just gonna boot up Dueling Book on another computer and test against myself. Well, if no one else wants to play right now, I'm just gonna boot up Dueling Book on another computer and play against myself. But if anyone else wants to play, just let me know in chat, and I'll stop shadowboxing. Let's see. I should test the Hyper Aggro deck. I'll do alt aggro versus it first. No, I'll just, I don't feel like taking the time to do that, so I'll just test versus myself. Just read up on the rules, Roxas. All you're doing is making excuses. Okay, I'll test Fist Aggro versus Magic Light. Importing not work? Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to manually build it. Alright, this is gonna take a moment. Alright, ta-da-da. Alright, there we go. Alright, guys. It's time to shadow box. First, of course. Alright. So, the decks we are using here is we are using Magic Light on one side, which is a Magic Shield based deck. And the other side is using Fist Aggro. The classic aggro boys, Pegatrix and Draco, which are pretty good, like very good aggro cards. Pegatrix was very bad early on, but then we got Evolution revealed. Here it is. Actually, it's in the other screen, so you can't see it. But it got a very strong evolution. Before, like, its only evolution was Diamond Pegatrix, which was not good at all. But Titan Pegatrix makes it very good in a fist-based deck because it's going to be consistently hitting about 1509 stat line at cost 4, which is very, very strong. So for an aggro-based deck, the aggro-based fist deck, this is a really good lineup. Really good lineup. I did not maximize on fist as much as I probably should have, but you know what? Whatever. And the other side is using, Magic Shields. You can only get 3 Magic Shields, but all 3 of these evolutions get benefits from Magic Shield. And the base forms of 2 of them get benefits from Magic Shield. I can't remember the benefit Halcor Ultra's evolution gets from Magic Shield. But Ventus Pegatrix gets plus 1,000 with 600 baseline. And then Titan Milius is a monster, one of the strongest cards in the game. 4 costs. When it hits a Magic Shield, it gets plus 200, and you get to take any other core and put it on him. So this is ridiculously powerful because Chaos also has Consort, which is 3 costs, put a core from your field onto it, and he also gets a Fire Fist ability to give him plus 4 damage. And he's like, it's like 808 or something. Let me check. Titan Milius is 808. So that's going to be minimum of 1,012 before calculating any bonuses from the shields. And this is only a 4-cost evolution. Like very, very strong. Very, very good. Okay. So yeah, it's this side for first. Okay. For first priority, that is. This is an aggro deck, so like not much we're going to be able to do. Well, Dan is a card, so you don't really want to get rid of this. But don't really have 1 costs. But we do have 1 with nature already, so we don't need Cocoon Shield to deal with Draco. Yeah. So Banish. Energy that. Already have Dan in this hand, and Titan Pegatrix. So this is a really strong start. So with this start, I think I just get rid of Super Shot, because I already have. On the other hand, I already have Nature's Power as a turn 1 play, and Nature's Power is obviously just better unless you're facing Shadow Strike. Since Shadow Strike is typically not a great usage of your Helix core, you don't really have to worry about it unless you're fighting Darkest. And especially on turn 1, you only have to worry about it if you see a Fang Zor on the other side. That's the only time you have to worry about it. Yeah. Alright. So going into rolling. So for this side, we're going to be choosing... with this, we're going to be... Yeah, we're going to choose Howlcore Ultra. I'm going to be putting them in defense to mark which one I'm choosing. And on this side, since it's still turn 1, we'll be going with Chaos Pictrix. Evolution won't come online to turn 4, so it's completely fine doing that. So yeah. So, is there any way to turn off these animations? Okay, so for that one, so that's going to put Howlcore Ultra at okay, so that's a Pyrus Chaos plus 400, so that's a complete whiff for Howlcore Ultra. So Howlcore Ultra is going to be sitting at 500/5. And also landing on Pythagoras cores. We have Chaos Pegatrix landing on a fist, plus 100, and Chaos Ventus get plus 3 damage. So Pegatrix will also be getting its bonus. So it's going to be at 800/5. Yeah, no, not 800/5. That's going to be 800/7. Like, big numbers. Big numbers. Which is not a good scenario over here, because, like, even if we played Cycling Light, wouldn't be enough. It wouldn't be enough to get over. So, just gonna, on this side, we just have to pass. And the core goes to Pictrix. Alright. So next turn starts, both sides draw. Oh god. Okay, so yeah, here's Titanilius. Titanilius is a freaking monster. Like, it is ludicrously strong. Since we've lost the core advantage, we should be getting rid of Stoic Shot because it's not going to be online anytime soon. Fortunately, Light's Courage is still, like, up to par. But, like, we're not in a good spot at all right now. So on this side, on Pythagoras side, we're going to be going with Ventus Nilius. And we'll go with, maybe... No, that's only going to bring it up to par. So we're going to go with Howlcore Ultra again. So gonna land on one of our own cores this time. So core number 5 is a Magic Shield. We did it. So Howlcore is gets plus 650. I'm only using the 650 cores. Well, actually, 700. The plus 700 cores we saw that they do exist, but they don't seem to be in Wave 1, so we're not using those. Yeah. So that's 1150/9. So big numbers. And also landing on magic as another magic shield. So Nilius at 1050/4, which is not great. It's not good to be seeing, because the absolute most difference we can make is like nature's power, and as you can see, we don't have that. So in this scenario on this side, I think what I'd end up doing is I would probably go nature's power, because like with them being a chaos deck that does not have their domination online, their turn 2 play isn't very weak unless they have like double nature's power. They're not going to be able to beat that. Like they're going to need 2 turn 1 cost plays to beat over that. And if they do, well, congrats. They still don't take back the domination effect. And the reason I want to do that is specifically because I have Hyper Drago in hand. So I want to play that so that next turn I can drop that and still have the energy to Inferno Wings, because Inferno Wings is of course stupid strong. Because like even if, so let's say for a moment that they do have the play to overcome this and take back the lead, take this one. Well, even in that scenario, we Inferno Wings the next turn, and we take back the domination lead anyways. So it doesn't matter. So it's better to go this route overall. So Halcor goes down to 650/9, and there's not really anything we can do about this. If we had Might of Syndius, then we'd be able to do something. But we do not have Might of Syndius, so we're kind of boned. We're kind of boned at the moment. Oh wait, I forgot to do the mill. Right, this would have been to the graveyard. My bad. The graveyard. That was 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the actual draw would have been Hyperpecatrix. Okay. And then mill 4 more. So yeah, we're not in a very strong position right now. And we're in a position where we're set up to take a team attack next turn if we can't do anything about it. Alright. And then, of course, before the turn is over, they would evolve Drago. Using, oh, I forgot to... My bad. I forgot to... Did I even draw on this side? No, I did not. Yeah, I would have Light's Courage. Yeah, for the same reason that I listed before, so that I could do that play. Yeah. Yeah, because I have Inferno Wings and yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's the proper play there. So big lead taken there. Big lead taken. Okay. So, both sides draw once again. Since we have Inferno Wings, I don't think I would bother with this, so I will banish that. On this side, we're of course going to get rid of Pecatrix, because we already have one, so we don't need it. Now, yeah, I think in this scenario, it might be best to go for the Pegatrix. Because, okay, so we are going to take, we do not have much of anything to do with this hand. So our best chance here to take a win here is to take a gamble on hitting a magic shield on Pegatrix. Now in real life, you'd be able to have a lot more control over this, and this would be a much less risky play. But since this is RNG based for online, it is a pretty risky play because there's only 1 in 4 chance. And one of the magic shields is now off the board. Well, 2 are, so it's a 1 in 5 chance. Still a lower chance than it would be normally with a full board. So like we're not in a great position, but like this is probably the best play to do, because if we can pull it off, then we're going to get we're going to be sitting at 1600. And considering Drago's base power is not fantastic, that's going to put us in a great spot. Now, how it can really backfire is if they have like Might of Syndius, or if they have Inferno Wings, as we know they do, because Inferno Wings will just go, no, that doesn't exist. But we're gonna go for it anyways because it's our best shot of winning a battle right now. Alright, so that is missing the magic shield. That is hitting Fist Aggro's core number 4, which is a Fist plus 100 be Pyrus Chaos. So yeah, it's Pegatrix is so like that is taking the team attack. The team attack is just gonna happen. And then on this side, hitting their own side and hitting number 1, which is a normal fist plus 100B Chaos Ventus. So, oh, similar, like no bonus here. So, but Drago's base is better, and they have this little card called Inferno Wings. So they can just play down Inferno Wings, get rid of the core. So Pegatrix is now at 300/4, and Drago is at 800/6. Even if we were to play, our best shot would be, okay, so we do have a play we could do here. So we can actually take this one. We can actually take this one because they basically completely whiffed on getting any sort of valuable core. We can Light's Courage plus Cycling Light. That isn't going to put us in that hard of a spot. Yeah, that's what we want to do, because like this is only going to put us up to 600. That's not going to be enough. So we can do Light's Courage, Pegatrix at 700/4, and then we activate Cycling Light to put Pegatrix just over 900/4. So we managed to take a win here. But we still don't have a Baku core, so we are nowhere near getting domination online, which is not great. And guess what? This is going into turn 4, and turn 4 means Dan Kuzo is coming down. Fear Dan Kuzo. Dan Kuzo is a rough dude. But fortunately, we did top deck into a good play here. And we have... So, of course, we've had that one with nature saved this whole time. So we can just get rid of Dan as soon as it's played down. There's, of course, going to be a right away. So, first, we choose the things to do. So this is our opportunity for a comeback here. Since we're not going to have Pegatrix online for quite a while, we're going to be getting rid of that Hyper Pegatrix. So, we'll play down their Dan Kuzo. Boom. Expecting to get some big value out of that. But little did he know, we had one with nature here this whole time. So this is something that you might want to be aware of. There really wasn't a better play in the opponent's hand. There's really no reason for them to not go for this. But when you're up against Ventus, you should be aware, especially well, you wouldn't know in an actual game. You don't know in an actual game what your opponent is charging. So that knowledge doesn't actually apply here. And this is just because of the limitations of Dueling Book. We can't banish stuff face down from the hand, unfortunately. But yeah. So Dan goes away. Dan goes. He has one more energy, but he doesn't have anything he can use that energy for anyways. So that puts us in a good spot. And Drago is not very intimidating, and we have this Hyper Halocore Ultra we can go into with our remaining 2 points. So, we are of course going to roll Halocore. So that's the Fist Aggro side of stuff. That's going to be plus 100 be Chaos Ventus plus 3 damage. So Halocore is at 600/5. And for this side's roll, Fist Aggro stuff, 4. So that's also a fist, not a fire fist, tragically. So that's plus 100 B and Pyrus Chaos plus 3 damage. So Halocore is already in the lead. There's nothing that Drago can really do in this scenario. And now we are going to evolve, because why would we not? We really have no reason not to. That's us getting extra damage. So we evolve with our remaining 2 points. And that's going to be 6 damage against the opponent. And that is a strong mill. Like, they've lost a lot of... They lost 3 evolutions on that. They already have their Titan Pegatrix, though, didn't we know? So that's not a big deal. But they did lose Hyper Nilius. Regardless. So... Then, next turn. So things have been pretty evened up at this point. Yeah, and that was number 1. So, yeah. Now at this point, what I might do... Oh, that completely changes plans. That completely changes every plan. Because we just drew into the big boy. And we're already at 4, so we don't really need to charge anything more. But what I was going to say is I would consider losing this round. I might still go through with it. So I can play down Titan Nilius and then still have 4 to drop Cute Apocalypse. My opponent will get off their team attack of 6. 6. Okay, so this is 13. Am I in danger right now? Am I in danger of dying? Is the big question. Six, 13, 17. So we're still at 20 in deck. So I might go for that. I might just go for that. It is pretty risky, all things considered. It will get us very low, and we won't be playing off of many resources at that point. And like, if we can't get ourselves into a scenario to get off Cute Apocalypse, then we might just have to ditch it, charge it, because like, if we're just operating off of winning every game from here, every round from here, then we kind of have to, like, we won't be able to get that ever off. That's something that we have to consider here. Anyways, of course, we're going to be rolling Nilius here. And our opponent isn't going to be charging anything because they need to keep their only play and they don't want to be getting rid of that Titan Pegatrix. Especially since, like, if it's looking like they can just get a free win in this round, they can drop the Titan Pegatrix and secure themselves the win. Regardless. So... Okay, so that is Fist Aggro's Shield. Fist Aggro's Shield. Pyrus Chaos plus 400B. And we are a Chaos, so Nilius at 700/5. Tragically, that is not the right type that we want for Titan Nilius to be getting a bonus. But regardless, we take what we get. Take what we get. Now, we are probably losing this round. The fact of the matter is we're probably losing this round because Light's Courage, it's a thing. It's there. It's ready to screw us over at every turn. So yeah. And they have the domination, of course. Yeah. So you know that's a whole thing. This whole aspect with domination, like, its interactions with the Pyrus cards is really why Pyrus Chaos is such a strong combination, because stuff like Inferno Wings allows you to just ensure that you can turn on your domination effect and not have to rely on just like winning battles. Like, the only way for us to get into a domination position here is to draw into Consort or just land onto a Magic Shield. Yeah. So, like, Nilius, if we weren't carrying Nilius, we would have literally no way to turn on domination right now. Okay, 4. Everything's landing on Fist Aggro stuff. So that's a normal Fist, plus 100B. I think that's the same one as last time. So, Drago at 500/9. And they're, of course, going to play down their Light's Courage. So Drago will go up to 1300/9. And yeah, that won't be enough. If we were to play this, we would go up to 1200, which will not be enough. But we're, of course, going to play it anyways, because we have to spend our stuff this turn on something. So we are 7 plus 6, 13, plus 4, I believe. Yeah, that was the 650. Plus 4. So that's 17 damage, as previously stated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, So is that all the consorts? Is every consort gone now? One, two, yeah, all the consorts are gone. So our only way to get off this Nilius stuff is to just naturally land onto the right thing. Draw. That's not going to be doing anything for us. And we got another Dankuzo. So, there's no point in us charging stuff at this stage of the game on this side. So other side's hand is currently Titan Nilius and Dankuzo. I wouldn't charge either of those. Simply because like it's not going to allow us to do any extra plays. There's nothing really to, like, there's no cost to really build towards, because like we can play anything in our deck at this stage with 5 energy. And like, as I said, it's not going to immediately allow us to play an additional card. So yeah. On this side, however, I would charge this because there is literally nothing that it gives to us. It gives us 0 benefits. So yeah, obviously, going to be rolling Nilius. Now on this side, I would be rolling, I would choose not to drop down the Dan. The Pegatrix is basically guaranteed value with a very good chance of hitting a fist. Is that on a fist? It is on a fist, so there are 3 fists total on the field out of 11. So that's not a fantastic rate of getting it off. However, plus 500 and plus 2 damage is better value than we're likely to get out of anything Dankuzo is going to rip, and there's still the possibility of one with nature coming down and just screwing us over. So in this situation, we're going to roll the Pegatrix. Oops, sorry. With the Titan Pegatrix plan in our hand. So for this side, we're going to flip that coin and land on our own stuff. So is that... Yes! That is a magic shield! We did it! We hit a magic shield! Okay. So yes, So this is where fun happens. So, Nilius is on a magic shield for plus 650, then he gets plus 200 from his own effect. So he is at 1450, 1450, 1450 and 1650. And then with the effect, we'll be able to attach a Fire Fist from the field to itself. We're going to pick our own Fire Fist, which is plus 250, plus 3 damage. And just real quick, we're just going to take, we'll worry about that later. So we are, Nilius is at 15, 1650, 1700, 1900. 1900 slash 11 14 1900 slash 14 is what we're sitting at right now with this Nilius. And this is a team attack if this goes through, which is going to be 18. All right, and that's not a magic shield. That's not a magic shield. So that's 18, 24. That is a kill if this goes through. That is a comeback kill if this goes through. So on this side, Pegatrix is rolling. That lands on a Chaos Ventus Shield, which is going to put Pegatrix to a measly 900/2. Can go up to 1400/2, but that is simply not going to be enough. So that's that's game, folks. That's game. That game. Both decks, like both. I'm pretty happy with how both of these decks turned out. The Ventus parts, not so much. The other parts did well, but the Ventus parts of these decks did not perform fantastically. Yeah. About what I expected from Ventus Pegatrix and Ventus Nilius. I don't think these two Bakugan are very good, but like the other parts of these teams, this performed fantastically. I think on this like Drago Pegatrix team, you do want your third Bakugan being a Ventus, because outside of Mono Aqua's Flooding Waters, wait, where's the card? Where's the card? Where's the card? Outside of Mono Aqua's Flooding Waters, Nature's Power is the best one cost in the game. Bar none, 500 V power differential, only flopping against Shock Strike. So in this sort of deck, you really do want to be carrying something from Ventus. Since we're done with that game, let's just take a gander real quick and what those options would be. In such a deck, what would we want? What would we want as our third pick? Okay, so base forms. We probably want something carrying Fist and Fire Fist. Fangzor fits the bill, but is like the opposite of the kind of card you would actually want in that sort of build. I'm not sure there is. Actually, looking at these, there doesn't seem to be a Ventus Bakugan that really fits the bill right now. But this is a role that could very easily be filled by something in the future. Like, the only thing that really comes close to it is Ventus Fangzor, which I guess you could bring. That might be something to experiment with. Its Evo does come down pretty early, but its abilities and stat line are kind of the exact opposite of what we want in that sort of deck. And it does provide a shield. It doesn't give us Double Fist or Fire Fist Fist. So unfortunately, it doesn't quite give us what we want. Does not quite give us what we want. There's nothing in Ventus that really provides this. Mantinoid Ultra wouldn't really fit well into that deck. Yeah, there's just like nothing in Ventus that really fits well, but the abilities that they provide are really good. So Nilius might be the ideal pick, as it turns out. Nilius might end up being the ideal pick. Let me think about this. But the problem with Nilius is Nilius's Evo doesn't come out until turn 4, and that's kind of late. Halcor Ultra's Evo comes out so late. Maybe it is Fangzor. Maybe it is Fangzor, because that at least provides the Fire Fist. I don't know. What does provide Fire Fist? Oops. That's going to give me actual Fire Fist cards, not what I want. Fire Fist. So, Aqua's Fangzor is like the perfect fit, stat line wise and core wise. Worth noting. Oh yeah, we talked about how amazing Garganoid Ultra is already earlier. And it's... Yeah, we talked about earlier how good Garganoid Ultra is. and its stats and cores like fit the bill for this deck perfectly. Going up really high if you get on a Fire Fist. Yeah, I think it would be a Relish Garganoid Ultra. It kind of sucks to have to go dual attribute. Hydros Ultra is another option, but its evolution isn't nearly as good as Garganoid Ultra can be. Garganoid Ultras can be. So yeah, I think for this... Let's check the other. And... Because I know that there was something like this. Relish Dragonoid. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I think Relish... Okay, so I think for that sort of build, it would be Relish Garganoid, Chaos Pegatrix, and Pyrus Drago. Why don't we build that deck real quick? Maybe in a bit. Alright, I have a couple more builds to run through, of course. Okay, so we're going to stay on the Fist Aggro build for this side. Actually, for this side, we're going to make that modification. We're going to take out the Ventus. And we're going to put in... Because we weren't running much from Ventus anyways. We were just carrying a couple things. So we can easily replace those. We can fix those up real quick. So, yeah. Garganoid. Alright, so what I decided to do with that build, I'll show you guys in full later, but I of course put in the Relish Garganoids, and replacing the Ventus cards, I put in I put in a set of Cycling Light, and I also slipped in some Consort, because Consort can be really high impact in that deck. Alright, so on this side, the deck we're going to be bringing in this time is the last Ventus deck I want to test, which is a big control deck. I want to test how this big control deck does against something that's very aggressive, very aggro-centric. This is, as you can see, very control-centered. Yeah. Could very easily struggle against aggressive decks, which is why this is how I want to test it. Of course, the baseline stats of Mantinoid and Fangzor plus Nature's Power will make this a lot easier to deal with than you might expect. Alright. Oh. I forgot to switch to the right deck. Where is it? Ramp control. Alright. Alright. Sorry, I was just correcting the stuff in my sheet for stuff. That sentence made no sense. So, this hand is not fantastic for getting Evos into play anytime soon, but it is pretty good for winning turn 1. It is pretty good for that. Oh, there's Winton. Good, good, good. So, what's really fantastic about Winton that I think you've seen is that, like, even if you're an aggro deck, if you're carrying Ventus, you should be running Winton anyways. Because, like, what Winton lets you do is you just drop it on turn 4, probably take the loss on that round, but then from every turn forward, you don't need to charge energy from your hand anymore. So basically, from turn 4 onward, you just get energy for free, and you actually increase your hand naturally. Like, it's stupid strong. And like, if you're a more control-oriented deck, you can revolve yourself around getting to that plus 1500 condition, which, as you saw, is like this is really hard to get over. Like, the only true out to it is like Cinder Coil. And especially if it's a true control deck, which will probably be carrying Aquos, which means they're carrying negates, which they can use to reflect that removal back at you. Like, it's so hard to deal with once it gets going. Regardless. Only running 2 Maximus, so I don't think I want to get rid of that. Same goes for... Maxes are easier to come by again, thanks to Maximus. So, we'll get rid of that. And over here, we have multiple Sky Hymn in this opening hand, so we're going to get rid of Sky Hymn. So on this side, we are, of course, this should be pretty obvious, but we're going to choose Garganoid Ultra as our turn 1 roll. And over here, like, there's not much difference between these two. Like, they're both 600/1. So, roll with Aquos Fangzor. So, where do we end up, boys and girls? So we're on the opponent's field. That is a Chaos Ventus plus 400 shield. So absolutely not. Oh wait, no, that was 5. That was 5 short. That is a plus 100V Chaos Ventus plus 3 damage. Fist. This requires Fire Fist, of course, so it's not going to be getting a bonus. But it's still going to be at Garganoid at 800/4. And over here, we're going to be landing on the opponent's field on their first core, which is, well, we're basically in the same boat as Garganoid. Now we're in a good spot here because we carry Ventus, they don't, which means this Nature's Power is guaranteed to get us a win this round. So we're of course going to go for that. Nature's Power, Garganoid goes down to 300, and we get an easy win. We're only dealing 1 damage, but we get an easy win there. But since our opponent has not used their energy this turn, they're going to drop their Drago Evolution. Yeah. And good stuff for them. But we have... and the important thing here is that we've managed to take away the domination position from them. Which is really big. Really, really big. Which one was that? That was number 1. So taking away that domination position is really, really good. Of course, they're going to take it back once they get to turn 3 and are able to drop Inferno Wings. But until then, we have taken that position away from them, which is very important. So we now have a consort in the hand over here. This is kind of a difficult hand to know what to do with. So Because if we get rid of this Sky's Hymn, there's not going to be really plays to do here. But all the other things are really valuable. It's a tough choice to make, but I feel... Yeah, Consort has to go. Consort is the least valuable thing here. Yeah. And over here... Oh, we drew into Strata. Maximus is good, but not... yeah. Yeah, I would get rid of Maximus. I'd get rid of Maximus there. Now, this is great. This is fantastic to see. It's going to be giving our opponent advantage, but it's, like, against an aggro deck, it's going to be benefiting us way more than it is going to be benefiting our opponent. We're not going to play it down yet, because, we just don't want to play it down yet. But we're going to be choosing Mantinori to roll. So that is on the Fist Aggro side. That's number 6. So plus 100B and Pyrus Chaos get plus 3 damage. So again, this happens. This is going to happen a lot versus Fists. And over here, we are going to be going with Drago. No, we want to be able to take back that lead right now. Yeah. We're going to go with Pagan Trick. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go with Drago. So that is on... Oh, no. That is on one of the Fists on ramp control side. Plus 100B... Chaos Ventus plus 3 damage. That is not good. So Pegatrix is going to be sitting at good old 800/7. Yeah, that's not a good. That's not good at all. And there's just no plays over here. Nothing we can do about that. So that is oof. That is not great. So yeah, they're gonna have to take that damage. Five, 6. Oh no. Oof, that is a rough mill. That is a really rough mill. Alright, I could have used that. I forgot. I actually completely forgot. Could play Sky's Hymn here, but I think I'd hold it until Inferno Wings is able to guarantee domination. But on this side, we are of course going to be activating Strata. So next turn begins. Both sides will draw 2. Now this is a strong draw. On this side, this is a very, very strong draw to be getting. Yeah. Nature's Power is going to give us a very good play for this stage of the game. One with Nature is going to give us an out to Dan when that comes down. Yeah. Overall, puts us in a very good position. And Nature's Power is going to be able to combo into Think Again. Since we have one with nature now, we don't really need Cocoon Shield, so we can safely just get rid of that. And on this side, we have double Inferno Wings. Don't really need that. So banish one of those. So rolling with Garganoid and Mantanoid here. That's landing on our own side. That's our Chaos Ventus shield plus 400. So Mantanoid at 1000/1. Very good position. Also landing on the ramp control side. That's 6 Helix plus 600 minus 3 damage. So that is knocking that down to 0 damage. Nothing to worry about here at all. So Garganoid at 1300/0. Now, you could of course Nature's Power that down, take this win. But don't really need to. Don't really need to. There's no real reason for us to do that. And Inferno Swing does exist. Like we could do that, but considering it's on turn 3, the risk of Inferno Swing is there. So there's no real reason for us to really do that when we're not going to be taking any damage anyways. So like you just don't go for that play. You don't go for that play. So you just let him take that one. Yeah. Get Garganoid off the field for the time being. Alright. And the turn passes. Now, okay, that is a very strong draw once again. We're getting into more and more strong stuff here. So over here, we have, we just drew into Fangzor and Triple Blast Cannon. Now, as for the turn at the moment, we have an important decision to make on this turn, because we're going into turn 4. We have Winton, but we also have one with nature. Dan Kuso could come down. And if they get extremely lucky, they could roll Drago and get into Titan right away. That would be extremely risky. That might just straight kill us. 7 plus 0 plus 19. It would come very close to killing us. It would put us in a very bad position. But I think overall, I would take that risk and drop the Winton. Just to get that ramp really going. Alright, I forgot to charge. Charge here would be... Yeah, since we have Strata's going already, I would get rid of Think Again. Now on this side, we have this very fortunate position of having double Dan. That's going to allow us to do some shenanigans, but for now we can only put down one. So we're going to roll with Drago. And we're going to end up on ramp controls number 5, which is 5th plus 100B, Chaos Ventus. Drago at 500/6. Still not getting good rolls with this Drago. We mill into, that's not good. We mill into Sifting Ashes. So we draw 2. And this is the cards we drew. Okay. Actually, no, keep the Sifting Ashes we drew into. Get rid of this. And get rid of Super Shot. At this stage of the game, we really don't need it. And Mantinoid is going to roll for this side. This back row choose Fire Fist, plus 150 and plus 4 damage. So Mantinoid at 750 slash 5. So we have the lead here, and we're going to. We're not really at a risk of dying to anything right now. We would take 13 damage here, top. So like, not really in any sort of risky position. And they don't have any energy left to play things. So they just have to take that loss. There's not necessarily something we want because now we're stuck with using Hydorus. We do have decent stuff to back it up though at this point. Yeah. Yeah, and that would do 5 damage. Oof, there's a Titan Drago that just went. Not very good position for that. Then, okay. So going into yet another turn, both players draw 2 off of Strata. Okay. So drew into Titan Drago. So we're gonna charge away the Titan Pegatrix that they just drew into, so that Titan Drago can be online. Over here though, we are going to drop One with Nature and force that Dan to be banished. Now, this creates an obviously very rough position. They're not in a domination position, so they don't have powerful domination cards. So if they drop Dan, they're basically completely dependent on Dan rolling something good. However, the good thing for them is... wait, no, there's no good thing here. Wait, no, yeah, you can still do that. So, here, you go for... They have Sky's Hymn, so they can check the top 3, and if it's going to be something that's going to put them in a good position... So we're gonna mill the top 3. So Might of Syndius. Might of Syndius is the sort of thing you want to draw off this. That is the sort of thing that might put you in the correct position to make something happen. But maybe Double Light's Courage. Maybe that's the route. But they probably don't have, most likely, they don't have stuff that will deal with Syndius. So here we are going to drop our second Dan that we got And roll with Drago again. And we're going to roll with Hydorus here. Because, well, on both sides, that's all you got. So, Drago will land. On his own side. Fire Fist. He got the Fire Fist. So, Drago is at 550 slash Drago is at 850 slash 13? Yeah, 850 slash 13. Not a very good thing for the boys over here. Not a very good thing. Oh, I actually probably would have, yeah, I would have actually energized, because that card isn't going to be doing anything for us anytime soon. Lands on 4, which is plus 100 V, and Pyrus and Chaos get plus 3 damage. So, Hydorus is at 300 slash 7. Now Dan will activate. Know the top card. There's Midas Syndius. So Drago will be going up to 14 damage. This is a sure kill if it goes through. And winner is now determined by damage. Now the thing is, Hydorus is still behind. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Now there's a number of approaches we could take here. Okay, let's see here. We could Triple Blast Cannon. Triple Blast Cannon will make it no longer determined by that, but that's not going to be able to put us in a position to take the battle. Yeah, this is a rough spot to be in. So we are at 7 ourselves. Wax is on 9. Oh, I forgot to energize the top card. Oh, that's unfortunate. So Wax is on 9. We don't have enough to do both. Yeah, this is a position where you lose. This is a position where you just lose. And what we've learned today is that Chaos Hydorus Ultra sucks ass. Those stats are awful. Those stats are really, really bad. Didn't get to see Mantinoid Ultra's evolution in action, unfortunately. But this build concept seems fine. It seemed to be doing its thing, but Chaos Hydorus Ultra completely failed it. If the stats were like, if it had 100 more base power, we would be able to Triple Blast Cannon to stop the Might of Syndius, switch it back to a power battle, and then we would Nature's Power the Drago down to 350. And if we had literally 100 more power, base power, that would be enough for us to win. So tragically, Chaos Hydorus Ultra failed us here. But I think I've got a pretty good grip on each of the Ventus Bakugan, so you can look forward to a video on them coming soon to our Brawler Cafe channel near you. But sneak preview to the future Chaos video. This card sucks. It sucks. Like, I saw some maybe potential in it, and allowing you to recycle specific cards in the late game and control. But I don't think games are like ever going to go that long until we see a lot more like viable flips, like flips that do things from your hand instead of being completely useless bricks. Until we see stuff like that, or until we see, like, hell, even if we see more cards that put stuff back into deck, that'll just be outclassing Hydros Ultra, Chaos Hydros Ultra. So, like, there's no real future for this card. So, before we call it quits for today, let's take a quick glance at what the other Chaos options would be. What would we replace this card with? Well, there's one potential option right here. Chaos Fangzor. Now that we know that its base form is ludicrously good, but no, let's not look at that for a moment. So, like, the default choice I find myself trending towards is Pegatrix, but I don't think we have. What's our fifth one? Shield, Helix. Wait, that's not the right deck. Rare Control. Fist, Fire Fist, and Fist Helix. So Pegatrix would not fit in too terribly bad. We already have 2 fists on this team, so it would fit pretty naturally, to be honest. So yeah, the go-to might be Pegatrix. I think the go-to might be Pegatrix. Of course, Nilius is also a strong option, but we don't have a lot of domination in here. That's not what we're running Chaos for. We're running Chaos for Wayne, basically just their Evo killing. That's basically all we're running Chaos for. Yeah, I think Chaos, I think Pegatrix is going to be the go-to replacement for Hydros, because Hydros Ultra, not good. Not a good card. Doesn't work. Yeah. Yeah. So let's review. Let's review Ventus. So, Dragonoid. This card is pretty solid in a Helix-based deck. The fact that it's double Helix makes that really good, and we can just like set ourselves up to and like its Evo's Victor being draw a card is really good for maintaining card advantage. Yeah, solid card all around. Fangzor is probably the I'll go over this in more depth, of course, but Fangzor is probably the best Ventus Bakugan, especially now that we have that ruling, like -3 damage in base form and -9 damage in evolve form. This is the go-to card for like real ramp decks, slower decks. You know, I might just replace Mantinoid in here with Fangzor because it's so good at that job. Howlcore Ultra has no place. There's nothing that I can really do. It's just a completely average Bakugan with nothing really going for it. Mantinoid Ultra, solid card, good base stats. Helix is nice, and its evolution is pretty decent. But like, considering it's Bakugan Elite, this isn't something that I'd really super go for. I think, honestly, that Fangzor and Drago are probably better. Max Tor is okay, nothing amazing, nothing horrible. Nilius is okay, nothing fantastic. Pegatrix is super reliant on magic shields. It will become a lot better if we ever get double magic shield cards. But until then, like its Evo would be like potentially ridiculous if we got stuff that allowed us to go double magic shield. But until then, it's not great. And Trox has potential, but it's mostly outclassed by Winton. So really, the 3 winners for Ventus are Fangzor, Drago, and Mantinoid Ultra. But as for you guys, the rest of the world will see it. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, that's it. We're done. See you guys next time. Next time we'll probably be going over Aquos. Yeah, Aquos. Since we have everything now, like I started with Ventus because I've been playing this for a while, and Ventus was the only one where we had all the details on the Evos and the character cards. But now we have all the details on all the character cards and all the Evo cards for Wave 1. So we can just go in any order. So we're going to be going in proper alphabetic order going forward. Yeah. Alright, that's all. See ya.